Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Dr. Osly Usman, dosen dari program studi bisnis digital Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Saya merupakan dosen pembimbing 2 dari mahasiswa yang bernama Nadia Salsabila Latip dengan judul penelitian adalah Pengaruh Pendidikan, Kewirausahaan, Motivasi, Berwirausaha, dan Lingkungan Keluarga terhadap Minat Wirausaha di SMK Negeri 9. Berikut adalah pemaparan dari penelitian tersebut. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Nadia Salsabila Latip from Education of Administration Office 2019, Faculty of Economics, Jakarta State University. In this video, I will explain about my thesis proposal entitled The Influence of Entrepreneurship Education, Entrepreneurial Motivation, and Family Environment on Entrepreneurial Interest in Vocational High School 9 Jakarta. In making this thesis proposal, I was guided by Professor Dr. Henry Erianto MM and Dr. Osly Usman M.Bus. Background: in 2022, the number of unemployed people in Indonesia reached 8.42 million people from a total of more than 143 million in the labor force. And the highest order of open unemployment is graduates from vocational high school, which reached 9.42%. One way to reduce unemployment is to open your own business or entrepreneurship. The number of entrepreneurs in Indonesia is still relatively low compared in neighbor country, which is only 3.47% of the population. Therefore, it is necessary to instill an interest in entrepreneurship since school. Instilling an interest in entrepreneurship in school can be through entrepreneurial education by providing basic theories about entrepreneurship, then increasing entrepreneurial motivation in students by providing stimulus, as well as a family environment that also providing support for students to carry out entrepreneurial activity. Problem statement. In this research, the formulation of the problem to be raised are: first, is there a direct and positive influence between entrepreneurship educations or entrepreneurial interests? Second, is there a direct and positive influence between entrepreneurial motivations on entrepreneurial interests? Third, is there a direct and positive influence between the family environment on entrepreneurial interests? And the last one, is there a direct and positive influence between entrepreneurship educations, entrepreneurial motivations, and family environment together on entrepreneurial interests? Next, research objective. This research has the following objective. First, to know, test, and analyze the direct and positive influence between entrepreneurship educations or entrepreneurial interests. Second, to know, test, and analyze the direct and positive influence between entrepreneurial motivations on entrepreneurial interests. 3. To know, test, and analyze the direct and positive influence between family environment on entrepreneurial interests. And the last one, to know, test, and analyze the direct and positive influence together between entrepreneurship educations, entrepreneurial motivations, and family environment on entrepreneurial interests. Supporting theory. Next is the theory that supports the variables of this research. The first one is, according to Ferriani in 2022, entrepreneurial interest is a desire that someone has to carry out entrepreneurial activities. This desire and interest is also accompanied by a willingness to work hard to meet the needs of life without fear of failures, with the risk faced and being able to see business opportunity, and continue to learn from the experience and failures their experiences. Next, entrepreneurship education. According to Mansah in 2022, entrepreneurship education is an effort the development of teaching to instill entrepreneurship value that are able to shape human character and student behavior in entrepreneurship, have a dare and innovation as well as enthusiasm in creating a new business and dare to take risks. Next, entrepreneurial motivation. According to Surya Dharma in 2022, Entrepreneurial motivation is a state that encourages, move, and direct individual desire to carry out entrepreneurial activity in an independent way. Believe in themselves, be future-oriented, take risks, be creative and highly value innovation desire, and prioritize profit. The last one is the family environment. According to Rasinus in 2021, the family environment is the first environment to determine a person's development because most of the time is at home. With harmony between family members, learning places, and equipment are fulfilled. The family economy is sufficient, the house with a conducive atmosphere, parents who pay attention to education and child development. Relevant research. Next is the theory of connecting between variables. The first one is research that has been conducted by Sirajuddin in 2021 entitled The Influence of Entrepreneurship Educations on Student Entrepreneurial Interest at Al-Manar Islamic Boarding School, Cibitung, Udik, Ciseeng District, Bogor Regency. Shows that entrepreneurship education has a significant influence on entrepreneurial interests. The second one is research conducted by Harry in 2020, entitled The Influence of Entrepreneurial Motivations on Student Entrepreneurial Interests, shows that entrepreneurial motivations has a significant influence on entrepreneurial interests. Next, research that has been conducted by Arisanti in 2020, entitled The Influence of the Family Environment on the Entrepreneurial Interests of Kediri Solar Polytechnic Students, shows that the family environment has a significant influence on entrepreneurial interests. The last one, a research conducted by Susanti in 2020, entitled The Influence of Entrepreneurship Educations, Entrepreneurial Motivations, and Family Environment on Student Entrepreneurial Interests, shows that these three variables have a significant influence on entrepreneurial interests. Conceptual framework. The conceptual framework on this slide shows that this research have four hypotheses, namely, Hypothesis 1, entrepreneurship educations have an influence on entrepreneurial interests. Hypothesis 2, entrepreneurial motivations have an influence on entrepreneurial interests. Hypothesis 3, the family environment have an influence on entrepreneurial interests. And Hypothesis 4, entrepreneurship educations, entrepreneurial motivations, and family environment have an influence on entrepreneurial interests. Research methodology. This research was conducted at Vocational High School 9 Jakarta, which is located at Gedong Panjang Street number 17, Pekojan, Tambora District, West Jakarta City. This research was conducted from January 2023 to March 2023. In this research, the method used is quantitative method, and research get data derived from primary data. The population in this study is all students from classes 11 and 12 and came from 5 majors at Vocational High School 9 Jakarta. And the sample of this research amount to 191 students. Data collection technique in this research is thorough questionnaires that will be maintained through Google Forms. The data analysis technique uses SAMPLS, Structural Equation Model, Partial Least Square, which consists of an outer model and an inner model. That's all the explanations about my thesis proposal. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.